What's up? I'm travel photographer Brendan Benson of brendansadventures.com, and I'm here in Sedona, Arizona, and this is an episode of Getting the Shot. So the last time I was here in Sedona, Arizona was about 3 years ago, and I found this fantastic spot called Red Rock Crossing. It is everything I look for in photography. There's little waterfalls, there's moving and still water. You've got those beautiful red rocks in the background, but I messed up the images last time. I didn't have a graduated ND filter, so I'm back here trying again, and hopefully this time I get it right. Now obviously the first thing you want to do in getting a shot is location scouting. So that's what we're doing here. That's why we're here midday. We're gonna look around, we're gonna hopefully find a couple cool images to take, maybe both wide angle, maybe zoomed, and we'll see how it turns out. So the last time I was here, this is exactly the spot I shot. I got right on top of that little waterfall there. That is the Red Rock Crossing itself. And I shot it with a wide angle. I shot about 24 millimeters last time. Now the problem with going super wide on an image like that is you make the big landscape in the background look smaller. So another one of the problems I had last time is I had the beautiful waterfall in the foreground, but I did not have the big looking mountains in the background. So how I'm gonna correct that this time is I'm gonna go a little bit longer. I'm probably gonna go about 50 millimeters. And I'm gonna shoot it this way to try to bring out the bigness, the largeness, the impressiveness, the awe-inspiring mountains in the background. So we'll shoot this 50 millimeters, maybe up to 70 millimeters, and hopefully we'll get a shot. So in photography, as usual, it all comes down to waiting for the right light, and that's what we're gonna do now. We're gonna hang out here, we're gonna wait till the sun goes down right on the horizon, and hopefully cast a beautiful glow on the red rocks in the background there, and we'll get our images. And of course, on every episode of Getting the Shot, I take you home and show you my work in the digital darkroom as well. So we'll do that later, and I'll see you there. So I'm back now in the digital darkroom here in Phoenix, Arizona, and I tell you, it is so nice to be able to work outside for a change. Canada was cool, we got lots of cool images there, but it was also cold. So I'm glad to be back in the warmth of southern United States, and we got a ton of cool stuff coming from this part of the world as well. But I mentioned that I was gonna take you through the editing process of this image that came out really cool, I think, from Red Rock Crossing, and I'll do that now, so let's get into this image. So I mentioned that I wanted to zoom in. I wanted to rectify a couple issues that I had last time. One of the issues I had was that the rocks didn't look as big, which you can see here in this image now. They look big. And I wanted to fix the exposure, and so I used a gradient ND filter, a graduated ND filter, to make that happen. Now I've got a nice clean exposure here. Of course, this is the edited image. I also want to jump back first and show you the image from 2 years ago that I really wasn't happy with at all, and which is the reason I went back and shot this again. So the images from last time I was there were something like this. So you can see the red rocks look tiny, the foreground's a little bit dark, and the sky is overshot. It's a little bit dark in the shadow. So I really wanted to fix that, and you need to fix that stuff in camera. There's no amount of post-processing that'll get that right. So let's go back now, if we can find it, to the image that I shot here as my dad pops up on the screen from Red Rock Canyon yesterday. So which one is it now? Guessing it's this one. Yeah, so this is the edited image. I'm gonna go into the develop module, and I'm gonna wipe this clean so you can see what it looked like before. I didn't do a ton of editing to this image. If you shoot an image right in the camera with the right filters and the right light, you shouldn't need to edit that hard. So I'm gonna buzz you through this really quickly. So let's get into this by resetting it. So we hit reset, and now you see the image as shot, straight out of the camera, raw. Now, the white balance is pretty smooth, so I'm not actually going to change anything here. What I am going to do is move a little bit of contrast up, something like 15 or 14, something in that range, just to darken the shadows a little bit, but only the black areas of it, and just develop that contrast in this rock up here rather than being a little bit muddy looking. Let's also open up the shadows quite a bit to bring out the color here. I'm going to bring them out a bunch, probably like 65, 70, somewhere in that range, like that. And then I'm also going to darken the blacks a little bit, probably by just a -7 or 9 or something like that, just again to help that contrast and bring out a little bit more of that color. Let's go down here. I really like color images. As you know, I'm not a big black and white guy. I'm not a really dull color fan, so I'm going to bring out a lot of color here, probably about 67 in the vibrance, and then just a touch of saturation. Saturation tends to ruin the quality a lot more than vibrance does. So if you mess with vibrance a lot, it doesn't burn the image. If you pull out a lot of saturation like that, it just ruins all the details and everything. So you want to be very, very soft on your saturation. I never go more than plus maybe 10 at the most. We'll go +7 in this image. Yeah, then the only other thing that I did to this image was I did a graduated filter. So I had one on the camera, but I'm doing another one here, and it's not because of the exposure. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little something like this because I want to make this water pop a little bit more. And so you can see it's a little bit grayish. If I just increase the highlights by like, I don't know, a lot. Let's increase the highlights by 70%. 70 or by 70, I guess, and you can just see how it brightens everything up here and makes the water look a little bit more impressive. So I like how that looks there now. Yeah, and that's basically the edit. The one other minor thing I want to fix is if you zoom in here and you see it sharp as nails, but you can also see there's some chromatic aberration along the edge. And so we're going to go down and just do a quick click on that button, and you can see now it's all gone. So I think the image is great. I'm really happy with how it turned out. I'm happy that I had the chance to rectify the problem. This is one of the things I was talking about a while ago when it comes to evaluating your work. It's really, really important not to sit down and think, wow, I shot terrible images, but figure out why your image is terrible. So looking at things like, why did I shoot this wrong? What was my light situation? What shutter speed should I have been shooting? What aperture should I have been shooting? But also what focal range and what filters would have fixed the problems. All those little things in your photo editing daily process will help you improve for the future in case you have a scenario where you're shooting a similar subject like I did at Red Rock Crossing. You can see the difference if you head over to my website, brendansadventures.com, and you view the blog post. I've put side-by-side images between last year's or 2 years ago's image and this one, and you'll see there's a massive difference between the two images because I rectified those issues. That's something you should be doing in your travel photography and your photography every single day. Evaluate your work, figure out how you can do it better next time. Anyways, that's it for the show today. I've got some New Year's resolutions coming up in an episode pretty quickly, and then I've got some really cool stuff here from the southern United States as we're about to embark on a big US road trip. So be sure to subscribe, stay tuned to the channel, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.